right, so here's Casey.
Okay, how are you guys? Just finished it up, Alan. Gonna point out some items to you here. When you get it emailed to you, you're gonna have color photos to document what I'm about to say right now. Overall, house is in really good shape. Not a whole lot to report, but what I am reporting is just something that you can take your information and do with it as you will.
Okay.
But there are some things that I want to bring to your attention. First off, being on the roof to the water heater. Your water heater is it's on the roof, exposed to the elements, which is normal for this development. There's a section of electrical conduit that is metal corrugated conduit that unravels when it's exposed to the elements over time. So it should have a weatherproofing gray rubber conduit over that wires.
And what condition is that in right now? Is that fine, or is that...
It's been patched.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been patched where it connects to the unit.
Okay.
Water heater itself should have a thermal expansion tank on the plumbing to the water heater because it is with a closed plumbing system. That means you have a pressure regulator here at the house that keeps all the water pressure on your side of the house, which requires you to have a thermal expansion tank on your cold water line on your water heater.
Okay, so question on that. So we do this question a lot, that's why Casey's laughing. So the expansion tank is something that obviously most of the systems that I've experienced here in the desert don't have, but it's a requirement. So the question mark is, without it there, what kind of thing could happen and how frequently
Well,
does that
what
occur?
happens is as the water heats up, it expands, and if it has nowhere to go when it expands, then it's backed up against your valves, your faucets, and it can cause hammer knocking into that water lines, worst case scenario, or drippy faucets, worst case scenario. So that's why it's required.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's required, if you're not running into these things, it's working just fine, but this is the way that you would make sure those things don't happen.
Right. When you replace your water heater, make sure there's one put on if you don't decide to do it or if it doesn't get done during this transaction. So that, because it should be done on all of them right now in this development with pressure regulators. So
Okay.
I'd like to point it out in case you have a plumber come and do work for you and they tell you, hey, you don't have a thermal expansion tank. It's not the first time you heard about it.
That sounds good.
Okay. Air conditioner and heater, it's one unit, it's one big box up on the roof. It's a 2016 model, 4-ton unit, so it's big enough for about 1,900 square feet of house, so it's a big unit. It works really well. It's a Lennox, good brand. The only thing I noted is the electrical conduit where it connects to the unit itself is separated at that connection, and so we have about 2 to 3 inches of exposed wire. So that conduit should be remedied, so that way no moisture can get into that conduit.
Is that something where it just needs to be reconnected to the housing, or is it that fixture?
It might have
is...
slipped from the actual nut that screws onto the unit.
Okay.
Exterior of the house, I just noted you have one outlet that's on the south side of the house. It's outside of the north bedroom. It's an exterior outlet that is not GFCI protected. Inside the living area here, I just noted right outside the primary bedroom here, we don't have any smoke or carbon monoxide alarm outside the primary bedroom. And in the west hall, I just noted that the smoke alarm in there is older than 10 years old.
Okay. So in this case, they put a combo unit on those
Really
two
good to
screws.
know.
You would probably get it all taken care of.
Correct. In the primary bedroom, I just noted that the door and hardware to the walk-in closet have been removed.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that you just walk in directly. Got it.
In the primary bathroom, the door that going into the toilet room or to the shower room is missing a doorstop. So if you open it too hard, you're going to hit the wall.
Oh, okay. Is there any problem with the wall right now? Is it's just fine? Okay.
Here in the kitchen, the only thing I know in the kitchen is a little section of vent pipe in the cabinet above the range. It's a corrugated vent pipe. It should be rigid with a smooth interior so that no grease builds up in those corrugates.
So technically that would be removed in just a hard pipe?
Yeah, and it's not very much, only about 4 or 5 inches of it, 6 max, but yeah, so this area right here it should be like this material. It's not this material.
Okay.
And then in the kitchen there we have no GFCI protection. So we got 2 outlets on the south wall, 2 outlets on the north wall that are not GFCI protected.
Okay.
As of 1996, all outlets in the kitchen are required to be GFCI protected.
Okay.
I believe this house was remodeled since then, so that's why it should have been done.
This beautiful job? More
And that's
recent than
it.
that? Okay. So.
Styling, yeah, very clean.
Okay, great.
I'll email it over to you guys tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, Casey.
Okay.